It literally saved my life.
When I first heard rumors of Apple Watch, I thought convenience would be the killer feature. Personal computers couldn't do everything mainframe computers could, but they saved you a trip to the office. Phones couldn't do everything PCs could, but they saved you a trip back to your desk or your laptop. And Apple Watch certainly can't do everything that your phone can do, but it can do certain brief, important, frequent things well enough that it saves you even having to reach for your phone. And in some ways that's panned out. Notifications on Apple Watch are easily glanceable. Unlocking your Mac or your home is near effortless. And Apple Pay in areas blanketed with tap to pay, like where I live, it means carrying cash or credit cards is almost a thing of the past. But notifications weren't and aren't granular or prioritized enough. Apple's identity system isn't complete enough. And mobile payments aren't ubiquitous enough. And it's still a watch that, absent you turning your wrist or tapping on the screen, can't even constantly show you the time like a watch. Convenience alone isn't enough. Neither is fashion, a clever band and even link swapping system that over 100 years of traditional watchmaking couldn't figure out on its own, designs from Johnny Ive and Mark Newsom, materials from gold to ceramic, and partnerships with Hermes, they're just not mainstream. Fitness though, that's become the key to Apple Watch's success. Bodies are fed by motion as much as they are food, and filling your rings is a great motivator to keep on moving. Likewise, minds digest through stillness, and the breathing app helps make sure you always take the time to save your brain cache to disk. It's the ability to track indoor and outdoor workouts though, from walks to runs, swimming to skiing to rolling, with data on time and pace and critically heart rate that makes Apple Watch so compelling. Add partnerships with Nike and integration with exercise machines through GymKit, and it starts to go beyond fitness fad. It becomes fitness infrastructure. And that's especially true as it's gone from water resistance to swim proofing, from being tethered to an iPhone to being LTE capable-ish, at least on its own, and from being Apple's only wearable to being pairable with AirPods to give us a real glimpse at a wireless future. But through all of it, something else was happening.
A Maryland man says his Apple Watch helped him after he got trapped inside his car. He says it saved his life.
Instinct and a little help from technology are the two things a Cincinnati man credits for helping save his life.
Tabor Academy senior Paul Houle says timing is everything, and he thanks his brand new Apple Watch and the staff at Tabor Academy for saving his life.
This man says that his smartwatch saved his life, preventing a possible deadly situation.
I was getting notifications from my watch telling me that I need to seek medical attention immediately, and I owe my life to that company. Literally owe my life.
Tampa Bay teen thankful she had a watch on her wrist, alerting her to a serious medical issue.
It literally saved my life.
Of course, computers save lives, and phones absolutely save lives. They do it every day. But because Apple Watch is attached to you, it's more likely to always be with you, even when your phone is thrown out of reach. And because it's now swim-proof and LTE enabled, you can use it not only when you don't want to reach for your phone, but when you literally can't, when you're in an accident, when you're in the water, whether it's through the newer 911 emergency feature or even just through traditional messages or calling. And because it has features like heart rate monitor, it doesn't even have to wait until an emergency to help you. It can let you know when there's about to be an emergency. And I think that's just the beginning. Jeff Williams, Apple's chief operating officer, runs Apple Watch, but what he really runs is health. So when you look at what Apple's doing, including recent features like connecting health records, and when you look at rumors like blood sugar monitoring, it's not hard to imagine that as good as Apple Watch is for fitness today, in the future, that'll be just one small part of how great it is for health. As good as it is with AirPods for Apple Music as a service now, it could be even more critical with a range of wearables for Apple medical services next. Tap to Pay is the best transactional experience out there, and Apple Watch helps ensure it's private and secure. Tap to check into a clinic or doctor's appointment or a hospital, connecting all your medical care and insurance and all your medical history, medications and allergies. That would be world-changing. And while phones are currently the most important devices we own, it's why I think Apple Watch could ultimately be even more important, or at least the beginning of what's more important. Just this week, I started seeing the future of healthcare myself, well, vision care more specifically. I spent the last few months going back and forth on these new contact lenses I'm wearing, countless trips, mounting bills, and so much time. But through this very show, I learned about a better way. Now that I have my new prescription, I can get reorders from anywhere in just a few minutes. It's faster, it's easier, and it's less expensive. And because Simple Contacts is sponsoring the show, you can get $30 off your first order by going to simplecontacts.com/vector and entering promo code VECTOR at checkout. Now, this isn't a replacement for your periodic full eye health exam. What it is a way to get your existing contact lenses simply, quickly, easily, and inexpensively. And again, you can get $30 off your first order by going to simplecontacts.com/Vector and using checkout code Vector. Thank you, Simple Contacts. So that's what I think. Apple Watch and future wearables, Apple's existing health initiatives and future services, I think is going to revolutionize the way that we don't just interact with each other, but how we understand ourselves. But now I want to know what you think. Do you use an Apple Watch? Do you use a fitness tracker? Have you tried out any of the next generation health services? What did you think of them? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.
Inspired by many of the letters we receive from customers who notice an unusually high heart rate when they wouldn't expect one. So we're adding a feature. And now Apple Watch will notify you when it detects an elevated heart rate and you don't appear to be active. And the third thing we're doing is focused on heart rhythm. A regular heart rhythm has a familiar pattern, but when your heart beats irregularly, it's called an arrhythmia. We've been looking at this for a couple of years, and we think Apple Watch can help. In our initial studies, Apple Watch has been effective at surfacing irregular rhythms. So we're expanding that work, and today we're announcing the Apple Heart Study.